All right, welcome in everybody. Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Dirt Sprint Car Championship Series. Live from Fairbury Speedway tonight. Seems like sim racing is the only game going here for racing right now. Everybody's shutting everything down nationwide, so you guys can get your fix here. Don't forget to tell your friends. Likes, shares, and follows. The guys got just a little over a minute of practice left. We're watching a few cars get around the track here as they're working the surface in. Getting ready to race for the big 100 to win show. Got about 41, 410 sprint cars lined up for you tonight. Each heat race, we'll let the top two go straight to the feature, and then we'll run off all of our B mains and take the top two from each one of those. 30 laps in the feature will get you a final car count all the way through right before we go green. Got a lot going on tomorrow night. Mike Peterson going to be on the call with you. Dirt Slingers, Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw Series. We're going to be at Volusia. Try to get a little bit of racing in this weekend if everybody's available. We'll see what we got for drivers. Maybe put a little extra show up for you here. All right, qualifying is about to get going here. You guys know what that means. It is time for our national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Guys racing. These gentlemen are racing for 100 to win tonight. Bryce Lucius is going to be your quick qualifier. Joel Berkeley, Dylan Sullivan, Alex Bergeron right on down the line. See exactly how many. He's going to have 4 heat races for you. And then 4 elimination races. We're going to take the top 2 from each heat, the top 2 from each elimination race. And that is going to put us at 16 cars for the 30-lap feature. On the pole, going to be Bryce Lucius in the 32, and to his outside, the 15 car of Zach Novak. Row 2 on the inside, Logan Rumsey, I believe he drives the 41, not the 42. And on his outside, the Ultimate Dirt TV, 19 Designs Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. Number 36, he's from Sellersburg, Indiana. Drives for Black Diamond Motorsports. It's a Nathan Davis. And on the inside of row number 3, the Fast Forward Media JST Swindell Speed Labs Esports from Loomis, California, Rusty Kruger. To his outside, another Ultimate Dirt TV, a Black Diamond Motorsports machine, Ernie Williams. Row 4 on the inside, the Oklahoma boy, Michael Meek. And on his outside, the Casey's General Stores, number 4, going to be Jason Randolph. Colton Davis inside of row number 5 with Blake Cannon on his outside. And Slide Job Motorsports driver from Duluth, Minnesota, Mr. Miles Jensen, starting in the back row all by himself. Looks like Jensen did make it out there. So we're going to have 10 of the scheduled cars out there. These guys going green this time out of turn number 4. 8 laps. Top 2 to the feature. Everybody else going straight to our consolations, and a good start, but right out of the box. Lucius sideways, now upside down. And that is going to relegate several cars to the back that started at the front. Zach Novak takes advantage of that. He is going to jump right to the lead. Nathan Davis right now hanging on to second over Logan Rumsey. Rumsey is in the 42 car tonight. I'm used to seeing him in the 41 machine. Tonight he's in the 42. Big pile up. Ernie Williams involved in this one. That's back in turn 4. Turn 2. It was in turn 2. Right now these guys getting around here pretty quick. Caution laps not turned on in the heat races. Makes for a short night. Novak, Rumsey, Davis. Cannon has gotten through there. He's in the 4th position. Colton Davis behind that. Many cars way back. 3 laps to go this time by Zach Novak out in front. Getting away. He's actually starting to catch up to Jason Randolph, who's a lap car. If he can get to him, I think he's going to run out of laps first. 2 to go still. Now Davis has gotten away, as it looks like Logan Rumsey must have caught the fence when we went away to look at Zach Novak there. So now Nathan Davis in the catbird seat. You see him bumping up against the fence right there, but the white flag is in the air. Out of turn 2 and down the backstretch. The final time, Zach Novak looks like he's going to win heat race number 1 easily. Move him to the feature, and right along with him, the 36 machine of Nathan Davis. Blake Cannon and company, you guys are all going to be seen in our consolation races. Michael Meek decided he doesn't want that race car anymore. Going to get him a new one for the consolation race. So very quickly, one of the 4 heat races in the book. We'll move on to heat race number 2. On the pole, slick Sim Sports driver in the 9 machine, Joel Berkeley, and to his outside, Tyler Ducharme in the 25. Row 2 on the inside, Casey Kane Sim Racing driver. Man, that is a terrible picture. Whew. I feel sorry for his mom. It's the rock star, Britton Roxbury, the 421, and to his outside, the Wicked Cushion Kinzer Sim Racing team out of Greensburg, Indiana. It's Skylar Brown, the 10 car. Trey Schmidt inside of row number 3 with Stephen Roy on his outside. Row 4 on the inside, East Petersburg, Pennsylvania, Zach Hollinger, the 21 machine, and on his outside, the Dude Products Elbows Up Sim Sport, Brownsville, Indiana's own Anthony Job. And in the 5th row on the inside, the 37 machine of Alex Hanna. To his outside, Catch Fence Apparel driver, races for Elbows Up Sim Sport. He's out of Bloomington, Indiana. It's Dustin Griffiths in the 82 car. And that is going to round out your 10-car field. If you're anywhere but on Facebook, guys, say hi in the chat, YouTube, Twitch. If you're on any of the other Facebook pages, come to the Dirt Racing Network. Give us a like, a share, and a follow. We're going green. Heat race number 2 right here. Joel Berkeley.
Green, green, green.
On the gas, Tyler Ducharme. And DDR machine right there. VDR, excuse me, or JDR, I'm sorry. The black and blue machine. That's the 25 car sitting right in that second spot right now. He's hanging on to it. 421 machine, Britton Roxbury. Way to the top, contact there. Brown, Roxbury. Couple of others involved, and it's going to let Trey Schmidt slide through and get into 3rd right here. He's got Stephen Roy, Anthony Job, Dustin Griffiths in there behind him. Right now, Joel Berkeley and Tyler Ducharme getting away from the entire group. Ducharme tried the slide job right there. Out of turn 4, he didn't get it. 4 laps to go. That time they were halfway in the heat race. Deschamps trying to close the gap. Running the bottom. Berkeley's running right against the outside. They're going to have 2 to go, this time off turn number 4. And these two setting the pace, a pace no one else can keep up with. They are way out in front, entire straightaway out in front of the rest of the field. Schmidt, Griffiths, Roy, and Job back there behind. White flag going to come out right there through turns 3 and 4. Here they come, Berkeley and Deschamps going to the A-main. Everybody else, consolation races for you guys. A lot of these guys really hating their race cars. I guess if I didn't win a heat race, I'd probably hate my race car too. Heat number 3. Getting ready to grid out on the front stretch for us here. On the pole is going to be Dylan Semmelman. And to his outside, another slick Sim Sports driver. He drives the 2 carts, Dylan Hauser. Row 2 on the inside. Napa Auto Parts, Wicked Energy Gum, KKR Sim Team. Number 49 out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin is David Heileman. And his outside from Pittsboro, Indiana, Team SETI, Sim Styles, Dirt Armada, number 1, Mason, the Little Hurricane Hannigan. Row 3 on the inside, Jarrett Bolliard, 97 machine, and on his outside, Slick Sim Sports driver, the Australian Assassin in the 3 car, Lewis Hewitt. In the 4th row on the inside, and Mr. Mike Keegan drives the X machine, and to his outside, Ray Kaholkin in the 31. And on the 5th row on the inside, Swindell Speed Labs driver James Edens. That's either going to be the 52 or the 74 car. I can't remember which one he drives in the 410 series at this moment. But to his outside, the Ted Brown's Quality Paint and Body Shop, number 92, out of Hobstadt, Indiana, Peyton Grease. And on the back row, all by himself in the 06 machine, going to be Rylan Gray. Mr. Edens is in the 52 machine tonight. So heat 3 of 4 scheduled. Top 2 to the feature. Everybody else to the consolations. They're going to go green out of turn 4 with Semmelman and Hauser on our front row. Because the damage model isn't as good as it could be yet for the dirt cars, but they're working on it. It'll get better. Here we go, green flag. Semmelman went right to the top. Hauser right in his hip pocket. JDR machine number 2 right there. Trying to run the same line his teammate ran the previous race. Doesn't look like that's where it's going to be. He goes to the top side, finds the wall just a little bit, and that's going to give Semmelman a little breathing room. Mason Hannigan has worked his way into 3rd to 1 car. That black and white machine right there now falls back to 4th as David Heileman. That Wicked Energy Gun machine flew past him on the low side. Move Heileman to 3rd, Hannigan, and then Bolliard, but up front, Semmelman starting to walk away from these guys. Got 3/4 of the straightaway. Halfway home that time by. He'll see 3 to go when he comes off turn number 4. Laps quick here. Under 11 seconds. 10.789 seconds for the leader the last time by. And now he sees 2 to go this time. Still, Semmelman and Hauser 1-2, but Heileman's starting to make up ground. I think he's going to run out of laps before he can get to Dylan Hauser. Put up any kind of challenge, especially when the white flag is in the air as it is now. Semmelman now comes off the top side, goes to the bottom in 1 and 2. He's going to go back there in 3 and 4, and he's going to pick up the heat race win in heat 3. Dylan Hauser had a challenge for a second from Heileman, but he's able to hang on. He's going to the feature. Heileman and company all going to those consolation races that we'll start here in just a few minutes. So the night flying by as heat race number 4 is about to grid out. They're already cheering for him in the chat. And he is going to start on the pole, the 12 machine. The Maple Leaf Kid, Alex Bergeron, to his outside. The Supermoon, number 80, going to be Vinny Sansone. On the inside of row number 2, Mesilla Valley Transport, Wickard Cushion, Kinzer Sim Racing Team, number 11 out of Waverly, Nebraska, Cole Newhoffen. 2 is outside. The safety clean, number 911 is going to be Michael Heileman. On the third row on the inside, he drives a 21 machine. He's out of Oklahoma. He's Carson Meek. And on the outside of him, the Twisted Motorsports driver out of Fremont, Ohio, in the 54, going to be Alex Stoudinger. Row 4 inside, Randy Shreves drives a 56 car. And on his outside, Jan Desjardins. Desjardins? Man, I'm not sure how to say that, and I'm slaughtering it, I'm sure. But he's in the 27 car, and on the back row on the inside, the DRC chassis, profile by Stanford, Kinzer Sim Racing Team out of Merlin, Ontario, Canada. Alex Smolders in the 211 with Kyle Gilbert on his outside in the 227. That's your 10-car field. The green flag is in the air. Great start on the front row. Bergeron didn't get a big jump like all the other heat racers leaders have done. He's going to have to fight just a little bit. Sansone's working through the middle. Bergeron off the top side, hangs on to it as Cole Newhoffen got in the side of Sansone. That sets his car sideways in front of company. That's not going to end well for him, so that's going to allow Bergeron to hang on to the lead with Sansone still challenging. Michael Heileman up to the third spot. Alex Stoudinger fourth. And Desjardins is going to be in fifth right now. This battle great at the front. We're not going to take our eyes off of it. These guys almost getting to the halfway point now, working lap 4 of 8. Bergeron now starting to settle in. Car's starting to come to him a little bit, I think. He's able to get a gap now. Sansone starting to fall back about 4 car lengths. Michael Heileman back here in third. Newhoffen is rebounded from the early sideways set. He's now up to fourth as he got around Stoudinger. But back to the front with 2 to go this time out of turn number 4. Going to be Bergeron and Sansone still 1 and 2. Desjardins put his car in the infield right there. You saw him up against that implement tire. He went ahead and put that thing into the infield to get it out of the way. White flag in the air. Alex Bergeron, Vinny Sansone, your top 2. They'll be going straight to the feature if we can finish the way it is. And it looks like Bergeron's going to pick up another heat race win. He's going straight to the feature tonight with Vinny Sansone. Newhoffen, Heileman and company. We'll see you guys in the consolation races in just a moment. Hello, Scott King. Well, I don't think they're going to do that, Scott. 3 elimination races. Only 3 B mains tonight. So we will end up with 14 cars, it's looking like, in our feature race. Unless they take 3 out of here. The last time I said we were only taking 2, they took 3, and it messed my whole count up. Almost gave me a headache. All right, going to be Cannon and Newhoff in row 1. Hewitt, Schmidt in row 2. Row 3, Kruger and Smolders. Hannigan and Roxbury in row 4. Row 5, Ernie Williams Jr. and Jan Desjardins. And on the back row, Kolhanek. The schedule for 11 cars. Looks like maybe all 11 are going to make it. They're going to have 12 laps. And as far as I know, only the top 2 go to the feature. Looks like some new paint for Mr. Cannon there. Good looking ride. Kind of liking that color scheme. Same thing for the Slick Sim Sports guys. Lewis Hewitt, the Australian Assassin, in green and black. All right, green this time. Oh, maybe we're going to take 4 so we can have a 20-car field. So they'll take the top 4 out of each one of these elimination races. Right now, Cannon, Newhoffen, Hewitt, Trey Schmidt holding those spots down. Good about the front slide job from Newhoffen. Easily countered by Cannon. Everybody moving further and further up the hill. You can see this whole group Oh, car sideways back there in 1 and 2. Don't know who that was. Still Cannon, Newhofen, Hewitt, Schmidt, Smolders, your top 5. Only taking 4. So right now, that black car right there going underneath us. He's got the spot. Smolders wanted it. I don't think he's going to keep it. No, Schmidt right back around him. Smolders took a chance. Alex Smolders now has the outside. He couldn't get it by there. Wasn't sure if he was coming all the way up the hill. Schmidt trying to keep him back there. Now the slide job in front put him in his spot. Said, you're going to have to give it up. Well, we're going to wreck. Alex Smolders to the final transfer position. Blake Cannon, Cole Newhofen, Lewis Hewitt. Alex Smolders, your top 4. These guys have started to spread out just a little bit with 5 to go. 4 this time out of turn 4. Cannon now going to catch the back of the field, it looks like. Going to catch Williams. Nope, not now. He's not. It's not Williams. It was Desjardins. Still Newhofen in second. Hewitt in third. Smolders in 4th. These guys got a pretty comfortable gap. Britton Roxbury back here in the 5th spot. And he is about 10 car lengths back of Alex Smolders. The white flag in the air. BMA number 1 about to come to its conclusion. Blake Cannon through 3 and 4. Cole Newhofen, Lewis Hewitt, Alex Smolders, your top 4. Those guys transferred to our feature. Everybody else out of that race done for the evening. So we have eliminated 7. We'll move on to our second of 3 B mains. It's going to be Stephen Roy, Colton Davis on the front row. Michael Heileman and James Edens in row number 2. Row 3, Anthony Job and Jason Randolph. The 4th row, Randy Shreves, Mike Keegan. 5th row, going to be Zach Hollinger and Bryce Lucius. And we're scheduled to have Kyle Gilbert on the back row. I see about 9. I don't see Lucius or Gilbert on the grid. I think these guys are going to miss. They're going to have 9 cars racing for 4 spots. 12 laps to get it done. Guys, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the show. These guys are getting it done pretty quick. We got 2 more consolation races. Then you'll have about a 2-minute warm-up session. And we will get to our 30 green flag lap feature race. $100 to win. Everybody else gets a bupkis. All right, green this time. Stephen Roy's car flashed just a little right there. Little out of kilter on the start, but the flag man lets it go, and we are underway. Stephen Roy with a good jump right there. Solely out in front. Michael Heileman working on the inside of Colton Davis. That's for second. The second and third right there. James Edens on the inside had 4th. Now he is up to 3rd. Top 5 in a group right there. That's for the lead. Colton Davis went right through the middle, and he slide jobs through 1 and 2. He takes it. James Edens working solely on the bottom side. Looks like he's got something. Going to try to get up here in the front, give himself a good starting spot in the feature if he can just clear Colton Davis. Not able to do it just yet. Now he's got the lead. Move Edens P1, Colton Davis second, Michael Heileman third, Stephen Roy. The red, white, and black car right there. He's holding on to the 4th, but Keegan with the slide job. Mike Keegan now in the 4th, but here comes, woohoo, who flew through there? Anthony Job flew through there. He had that spot for just a second. This is a great battle for the final transfer position right here. Keegan hanging on to it. Anthony Job, the 91 car, tried to get it away. But the X-Man said, no way, man. I'm taking that. I want to be in this $100 feature tonight. And now starting to put himself a little distance between the back of that orange and white car and Job's black and white one. Still James Eden's out in front. 3 to go off turn 4. Michael Heilman, Colton Davis, and Mike Keegan. These guys starting to settle things out. Pretty much a single file line now. Eden's with a pretty good gap. Once he got around Colton Davis, he was able to stretch away from everybody. 2 to go under the flag stand that time. Hello, Janet. This time by white flag consolation race number 2. James Eden's, Michael Heilman, Colton Davis, and Mike Keegan hanging on to the transfer spots. It looks like Eden's, Heileman, Davis, and Keegan all going to the feature. Everybody else done for the evening. I think James Eden's car had a major issue right there coming to the start-finish line, but he still gets a transfer spot out of it. All right, final B main of the evening. Last 4 cars to make it in. David Heilman, Dustin Griffiths on the front row. Michael Meek, Alex Stouninger in row number 2. Row 3 is going to be Peyton Grease and Alex Hanna. Logan Rumsey, Carson Meek in row 4. Row 5, Jarrett Bolliard and Skylar Brown. And row 6 is Miles Jansen and Rylan Gray. We're scheduled for 12. Right now, I see about 9 of these guys sitting out there. Only the top 4 are going to transfer, and we will have 9 cars. So Skylar Brown going to kind of be the shotgun starter. All right, lights off on the pace truck. He'll dive in turn 3, and our final consolation race will get underway. Only 4 will remain. We will have 20 cars set for our A main tonight. David Heilman on the throttle. Good start for him. Michael Meek, that 21 car, went to the bottom. He tried to get a little position. Now gets into Griffiths. Griffiths looked like he got just a little out of shape on that exit. Meek's car was able to grab some bite. And he put the right front into the left rear, and that's going to do it for Meek and probably Skylar Brown as well. So those 2 won't be seen in our feature race tonight. But David Heilman, Dustin Griffiths, Alex Stouninger, and Peyton Grease running in our top 4. Bolliard, Hannah, Meek. Carson Meek, that is, back there. Contact right there between Meek and Hannah. Or between Bolliard and Hannah, excuse me. Right now we're watching the 4th place car, Peyton Grease, try to hang on to that spot. Getting a little too close to the wall. David Heileman way out in front, full straightaway over Dustin Griffiths. Griffiths about half a straightaway over Stouninger. Peyton Grease now, he's got his hands for Bolliard is there. Bolliard just trying to figure out where is Grease going to run so he can run a different line. Grease looks like he's staying pretty much down on the bottom. Bolliard's not able to get up there again and put any pressure on him, but Grease may be catching Stouninger, and Stoutinger's definitely catching Griffiths right now. Heileman is just driving away from everybody. He's going to have 4 to go. 3 to go when he comes out of 3 and 4 this time. These guys still running 11 flat. Heileman, Griffiths with Stouninger now there. Battle for second. Peyton Grease and Jarrett Bolliard still battling over the final transfer spot. 2 laps to go. Bolliard now's got the outside. If he can get that momentum to work on the exit right here, he might have something. Oh, he and Grease get together, and Bolliard comes out with the best end of that deal. Move him into that final transfer spot, but on the final lap through 3 and 4, David Heileman secures his way into the feature race. Dustin Griffiths and Alex Stouninger going with him. And after the contact with Peyton Grease, Jarrett Bolliard Going to pick up that fourth and final transfer spot. Everybody else done for the evening. Our 20-car field is set. These guys are going to have about 2 minutes here. Go out and get final prep on the track, get final settings in the car. While they do that, watch this. A big thank you to Dirt Racing Network. Big supporter, Tim Nichols over at Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. I know he's putting a prize pack up tonight for the winner to go along with the $100. Does it for us each and every night. You get a chance to go and visit with them when they're out hosting one of their sim parties somewhere. Be sure to go and do it. Worth every minute you're going to spend with those guys. Guys, don't forget tomorrow night, Dirt Slingers. Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw Series presented by Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, Edmund Trophy Company, Balducci Trucking, Raven Graphics, Wicked Cushion Esports, Wake and Casey, the I-55 attorneys in Missouri. They're going to be at Volusia helping the pro drivers for the World Outlaws Championship Series. Get a little bit of prep time in on their cars. 9 Eastern. Mike Peterson will be up here in the booth with the call for you. Everybody getting that last minute tuning in. Getting down to it. They'll put 30 laps on the board. Only the winner is going to pick anything up here tonight. Practice is over. It is time to go racing. 20 cars, 30 laps. Going to be Zach Novak, Joel Berkeley on our front row. Dylan Selman and the Maple Leaf Kid, Alex Bergeron, in row number 2. Watch for a winner to come out of that row right there. Nathan Davis, Tyler Ducharme, row number 3. Row 4, Dylan Hauser and Vinny Sansone. Blake Cannon, Michael Heileman in row number 5. Row 6, the Hulk, David Heileman and Cole Newhoffen. James Eden's Dustin Griffiths. Mr. Catch Fence himself in row 7. The Australian Assassin, Lewis Hewitt, inside of row number 8 with Colton Davis. On the outside, Alex Stoudinger and Alex Smolders in row number 9. And row number 10, Mike Keegan and Jarrett Bolliard. 20 cars. Couple of pace laps here. Lights off on the pace truck. We're going to be going green out of turn number 4. 30 laps on the board. Novak and Berkeley on our front row. Green flag in the air. We're underway. 2 by 2 all the way back through the field as they entered turn 1 when they came out of 2. Same way in the front 6 rows. Then a 3 wide back there. Somebody's right against the inside. It looks like David Heileman was down there at about 9th position. At the front, Novak had to lead for a second, but there goes Berkeley. The pink and black machine rockets around through the middle, and he took the lead, but here comes Bergeron now with the slide job. Alex Bergeron trying to get to the front. Berkeley was able to counter him back right there, but I don't think that battle is going to be over, and if it is, it's only going to just settle for a second. Soon as Bergeron figures out where the spot is at, and caution just at the end of the 4th lap here. I think Tyler Ducharme. Oh, got a little bit of contact. He got into the back of Nathan Davis, and then he got helped the rest of the way around. So they pick up the 25 machine and move it to the infield. So 27 laps still to go. Top 10 looks like this. Berkeley, Bergeron, Novak, Semmelman, Nathan Davis, Heilemann, Cannon, Edens, Newhofen, and Hewitt. Getting ready to go back to green right here. Single file line. Good restart. Berkeley able to get just a little breathing room for a temporary period, I think, here, because Bergeron's starting to close the gap already. Dylan Selman got around the outside of Zach Novak, took over that 3rd spot. Novak and Davis 4th and 5th behind him. Caution once again. Colton Davis's car bouncing back down on its wheels here in turn 2. We'll see what happens to Colton here. Actually, that was in turn 4, and he clipped that implement tire in a good, quick couple of flips, and back over on its wheels it goes. So nothing really going to be changing here in that top 5. Looks like the top 10, only 1 or 2 cars switching spots. Berkeley, Bergeron, Semmelman, Novak, and Davis now your top 5 with Heilemann, Cannon, Edens, Hauser, and Newhofen. So down the bottom half of that top 10, a couple of cars moved around. Yeah, everybody else still pretty much the same. Still 18 cars on the track. Lights will go off on the pace truck this time. There they go. We're going to be going back to green. 26 laps to go in this one. 2 distinct grooves I see on the track right now. You got to be right up against the fence or right down, almost rubbing the left sides against those implement tires. And I think that is what got Colton Davis. He was trying to get too close.
Green flag, green flag.
The green flag is back in the air. Berkeley, not quite as big a jump as he got on the last restart. Bergeron was closing in on him before we caught that caution. Semmelman right there, and all of them clipped the fence a little, but behind them, lots of trouble. Not ball-eared, but Zach Novak, who was up inside the top 5. He was running 4th, finds the fence, gets it up. Ooh, big-time ride for Mr. Novak, and then gets just creamed by Alex Smulders. The whole front end of that car looks like it's missing. So take another one to the junkyard, make it 17 cars still on track. I don't believe we put a lap in that time, so we're still at 4. $26 to go. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Do not forget likes, shares, and follows. We appreciate every single one of them. Still 26 to go here. Berkeley, Bergeron, Semmelman, Davis, and Heilemann now. David Heilemann, the Hulk, up into the top 5. A lot of racing left to be done here. This track going to get pretty slick. We get through this feature here. Berkeley back on the gas. The green flag is back in the air. Top 3 still in lockstep up on the top shelf. Now Bergeron goes slider. Didn't complete it. That might give him a little bit of contact between he and Semmelman. Semmelman stayed on the high line. And Dylan Semmelman now has worked his way into second. Still Berkeley. And then Semmelman has a pretty good piece under him. It looks like he's able to make up ground just about anywhere. Just can't get that line he needs. Make that run. I see cars sideways back further in the field. David Heileman a piece of this one, it looks like. Go back and see what happened to Heileman here. Looks like he's running in about 7th. Oh, Cannon got loose. Edens was right there. Those guys end up in a big melee. So we're going to see at least one more in the infield. David Heileman. James Edens making a second car as he got stuck up on top the implement tire. Probably did enough damage to that one. So now it's Berkeley, Semmelman, Bergeron, Davis, Hauser, your top 5. Hewitt, Newhofen up from 10th to 7th. Sansone into the top 10. Alex Smolders and Mike Keegan in the 10th spot. So with Edens and Heileman, make it 5 in the infield. 15 cars still on track behind Mike Keegan, Alex Dowdinger, Dustin Griffiths, Jarrett Bolliard, Blake Cannon, and Michael Heileman. The remaining cars in the field. We're going to go green this time. 24 laps to go. All right, green flag back in the air once again. Nathan Davis got company on the high side. Dylan Hauser now. Around him, Dylan Semmelman. You saw him. He went in there and he parked that car backwards. That's going to end a couple of people's night. 1 and 2, he looks pretty good right here. Down into 3 and 4. Took it in there, and I don't know if he caught a rut or what, but that car just suddenly jumped sideways and backed into the fence. Stoudinger, Keegan, Bolliard, several cars involved in that. That's going to take 2 more out. We're down to 13 in this one. Pretty soon when I show you the top 10, that's going to be all that's left. This is a very tough place. I mean, you either got to really park it down in there on the bottom and be perfect, or you got to be perfect and run it right up against the fence. One little mistake and you see what happens. Berkeley, Bergeron, Davis, Hauser, and Hewitt the top 5. Newhofen, Sansone, Keegan, Bolliard, Blake Cannon. Cannon after contact a little bit ago with that mess involving Heileman and Edens. Able to get that car back inside the top 10, so not too much damage on the 44 machine. Behind him, looks like we're going to have Michael Heileman and Alex Stoudinger, as Dustin Griffiths now has taken his in, so that's 8 cars out of the race. So only 12 remain. Still 24 laps to go.
Green.
Berkeley back on the throttle and green once again over the speedway. You see Nathan Davis go right to the bottom. Gave up spots last restart when he went down there, and looks like Hewitt's going to try to make him pay for doing it again. Hauser got him last time. Now a little slide up the hill. Hewitt, too much momentum. Move Davis back to 5th. The Australian assassin picks off another one. Now he's got the 2 car of Dylan Hauser right in front of him. That'll be for 3rd. Still Berkeley and Bergeron 1-2. Berkeley has led every single lap of this one. And caution once again. This time the 911 car, Michael Heileman. He was down on the inside there in 1 and 2. Goes down on the inside. Oh, he drifted up a little bit. Got that tail tank stuck out there. And it looks like possibly James Edens clipped him as Edens, they got that car running, and he is back on track. 7 laps down, but back on the track. And it looks like he clipped the tail tank there of Mr. Heileman. And it pushed him into the inside, and that knocked the Knock that front wing off. He's going to take that car to the infield. I don't know if they're going to fix it or not. He's going to come back, but down to 11 on the lead lap now. So Berkeley, Bergeron, Hauser, Hewitt, Davis, Newhoff, Sansone, Keegan, Cannon, Bolliard, and Stoudinger. Your lead lap cars. That's good news, Zach. We're glad that you're okay, buddy. That was a pretty good ride. All right, green flag back in the air. 21 laps to go when they took it. Still a good battle at the front here. Get a few green laps in. We'll see. Bergeron's just trying to set Berkeley up here. He's got his hands full behind him already because Hauser now starting to let his presence be felt right there. Lewis Hewitt still in fourth, and Nathan Davis is fifth as once again. We're going to see who was involved in this one. I don't know if it was Stoudinger or not. That car has got more damage than the previous lap. Oh, yeah, Bolliard's got sideways, hooked him up. And it looks like Tyler Ducharme was in that as well. Race control letting us know that there are 10 completed and still 20 to go. I don't know if they put a time limit on this one or not, but they could run out of time before they get done. All right, top 10 real quickly here. Berkeley, Bergeron, Hauser, Hewitt, Davis still the top 5. Sansone, Newhoff, Keegan, Cannon, and Bolliard. Rounding out the top 10, Alex Stoudinger still on track. He's missing the nose cone, the front wing. And you got Tyler Ducharme, laps down. Michael Heileman in the infield, laps down. James Edens now moves into 13th. So green out of 4, 20 laps still remain.
Green flag, green flag.
Good start. Berkeley went in there. You heard the bang going in. He brushed that push bar on the back right up against the outside wall on that startup lap. Everybody surviving lap 1. Still Berkeley, Bergeron, Hauser, Hewitt, and Davis, your top 5. Davis and Hewitt have moved down. Now Davis goes back to the very top of the track. Hewitt is running about 2 lanes down from the top. And he's able to hang on. He's going right through that kind of dirt, bright colored spot where looks like there's a little bit. Oh, Nathan Davis live on the screen, upside down. He parked that thing in the fence. Seeing what happened to him. A little out of shape right there. He goes in, up the hill. Right rear catches the fence. Cole Newhoff, Blake Cannon give him just a little bit of a love tap on the way by. So put another one in the infield. We still have a couple. Ducharme, Davis, and Heileman, I think, are back. Oh, Heileman's in the infield. Colton Davis is back on track. Tyler Ducharme is still on track. But we have 10 cars still on the lead lap, and they are Bergeron, Berkeley, Hauser, Hewitt, Newhoff, Sansone, Cannon, Keegan, Stoudinger, and Bolliard. 17 laps to go, nearing the halfway point now. Once again, pace truck heading for the infield. Bergeron to the front. Green flag in the air. Alex Bergeron. Berkeley with a big slide job. Not going to work. Bergeron saw that coming. He was able to drive right back around. Now, Berkeley once again. He didn't take it all the way to the top. He and Hauser, they were close. This time Berkeley tries it one more time. Couldn't get it done. This Hauser going to go 2 for 1. Can he make this stick? Absolutely not, but he does get Berkeley that time. Good battle at the front now. Everybody's starting to get into it. That time Hauser crosses Bergeron over. Now Dylan Hauser, your leader. Housen and Bergeron. Hewitt got around Berkeley. Berkeley caught the fence, and he is just losing spots left and right. Hewitt, Dugolf, Ken, and Sansone, Keegan. All around Berkeley. Berkeley back to the 7th spot. And up front, Dylan Hauser. Oh, he found a little fence. That let Bergeron get right back. Here comes Slider City one more time. Not able to make it stick. Oh, they were side by side going down into turn 3, and Bergeron clipped the fence. Hewitt now is up there. With Hewitt and Bergeron battling each other, that's going to let Hauser get away. The guys are starting to get down to it now. Laps clicking off pretty quick here. Hauser getting away from Bergeron. Hewitt settles into 3rd. Blake Cannon all the way back to 4th. Dylan Hauser now. Pretty good gap over Alex Bergeron. Lewis Hewitt still sits in 3rd. Going to keep our eyes up here on Dylan Hauser. He comes out of turn 4 under the flag stand one more time. Catching lap traffic, that's Jarrett Bolliard in front. Still Hauser, Bergeron, Hewitt, your top 3. Blake Cannon. Oh, a distant 4th position. Getting down to it, just a couple of laps left in this one here. Hauser, Bergeron starting to close the gap. I think he's going to run out of time. Off of turn number 4. Hauser, Bergeron, still 1-2. Now Hauser heard him coming, I guess. Starting to drive away. Through 3 and 4 again, everybody finding that fence. And here comes off of turn 4. Down the front stretch, I think that's the final time. I think we got checkers. It's going to be Hauser, Bergeron, and Hewitt, your top 3. Good finish to the end of this one. Run about the last 17 laps under the green flag. Hey, have them park on the front stretch for me. Hauser, Bergeron, and Hewitt going to be our top 3 cars tonight.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
We drop our caution flag here. Get ready to show you the 3 car of Lewis Hewitt. We'll see if Lewis makes it into chat tonight for the interview. Alex Bergeron came home second. Dylan Hauser was our winner. Pretty good battles up front once we got going there. Give these guys a couple of minutes to get themselves situated here. There's Lewis Hewitt. Lewis Hewitt, you got a copy?
I got a copy, yeah.
All right, man. The Assassin picks up 3rd tonight, buddy. Talk to us about this race here and how tough it was negotiating this crazy track.
It's a very difficult track, and it's one that I'm really not good at. This is actually my first 410 race here, I think. So for me, it was just about finishing, and to come over the 3rd is nice. I'll take that.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of guys were having trouble. They couldn't figure out which line to run, and if they were low, they were way too low and clipping the implement tires, and if they were high, a lot of guys were banging it off the fence. How narrow were both groups?
Yeah, the line choice was difficult. I think definitely around the top was faster, but I didn't want to run there. I was comfortable in the middle, so I sat there in 1 and 2. 3 and 4, I had to move up top towards the end. I had Blake Cannon coming behind me, so I had to push a little harder there.
Yeah, we saw you running through the middle, and really nobody else was doing that. It looked like there was a pretty good strip, especially down in turns 1 and 2. Just, kind of the way this thing's going to fall out when you get to this track. Those guys are going to go real high or real low, and they're going to leave that middle wide open like that and leave some tack there for you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm happy to let them rip the fence. It's dangerous here. The wall is always coming for you.
All right, man. I'm sure you got a list of sponsors you'd like to thank before we let you jump out of here.
Yeah, as always, just like to thank Slick Sim Sports, all the team there. Great win for Dylan tonight, along with Down on the Graphics, our supporters, and JDR Graphics. So thank you to them, and thank you for the broadcast, and Brody for running the league.
All right, man. Always fun talking to you. Congratulations again. We look forward to seeing you pretty quick out here again. Your third place finisher, the Australian assassin, Lewis Hewitt. I don't know where Mr. Bergeron is at. We may have to come back to him. But I do know where our winner is. The 2-car right here. Dylan Hauser. Got a copy.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Becoming kind of familiar seeing you up here standing on the top step of the podium lately, buddy. You picking up the big $100 check and the Tim Sims prize pack tonight, man. Talk to us about this race and how you pulled off this victory.
Yeah, we really had some luck there. I gotta apologize to Tyler Duchar, man. Blake Cannon is just Fairbury. It's so tough in turn 2 when you're coming off the corner underneath somebody. So apologize to those two, but yeah, man, we started 7th, I think, and rolled the bottom the first few laps, and then just tried to stay consistent on the top, and then we got to like 4th or 5th, and then we just started sliding each other for the lead, and it played out in my favor. So the racetrack was fun but very scary. It's very easy to get up into the fence, and we tried to do our best to stay out of it, and I think we did a decent job. Alex drove a great race. We threw sliders for the lead back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like there was just a little bit of grip, maybe a lane or two down for a little while in turns 1 and 2, and we saw Lewis Hewitt using it, but we never did see you really move around a ton unless you had to get around somebody. Just that much easier to run at the very top here.
Yeah, but like I was saying, like a lot of people in turn 1, they enter on the and then turn down to the grip, and if someone's running the cush behind them, usually it clips their front end and it spins them. So it's just Fairbury racing. It's hard racing. And that's part of it, I guess. But yeah, I was pretty good around the top. I would, the top. I'm a little better on the top than the bottom and stuff in sprint cars, so that's where I won this day.
All right, man. Well, a great win tonight. Tell us who lets you do what you do, and we'll let you go celebrate a hard-earned victory, bud.
Yeah, I gotta thank everybody at Slick Sim Sport, Brody for doing this league. This is cool. The trophies are cool. The checks are cool. The money's cool. So all that good stuff. You for broadcasting. All of our sponsors are Slick, JDR Graphics, Down Under Graphics, Joel Berkeley, David Heilman, Lewis, everybody. Yeah, just appreciate it.
All right, man. Well, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Yep, thank you.
Your winner tonight, Dylan Hauser, and he made it. We found him. He is here, the Maple Leaf Kid. And it ain't going to show that he ran second, but he did tonight. Alex Bergeron, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, a heck of a battle up front. You kept yourself in the top 3 all night long, man. You come up 1 spot short tonight, man. Talk to us about a great run and how much that track changed during that feature.
Yeah, it was a long race with all these yellows, but we got the lead there on Berkeley, and then we're kind of Slick Sim Sports sandwich there with stuff, but we tried our best, and we tried to go clean there. So got second, so it's a pretty decent result after winning 4 races in a row. So I think it's pretty good. We can't win them all, right? So we did our best.
Well, I was going to wait to ask you about that. This snaps your streak. I expect to see you back again next week to try to start that streak up again. But this track changes so much, and there was guys able to run the very bottom. Some guys were running the very top. We saw Hewitt run just a little bit through the middle there. You ever think about, at this particular track, trying to just go exclusively to one or the other line?
Well, It depends on how your car feels like, and if you can't go run through the slick like that. I didn't try. I didn't try it. I was more set up to run the top there. But definitely, for the B mains and the heat races, you could run the bottom or the middle. It'd be fast because the eye line was just getting so much slicker because everybody was right there, and it's pretty cool to see the tracks like that. They get so much evolution throughout the night. It's so cool to run on these tracks, and I think it's getting better and better.
All right, man. Well, I'm sure you got a list of people you'd like to say thank you to before we let you go celebrate, so we'll let you get to it.
Yeah, always. VR, Jason Nygaard, my teammate, Rebecca, my girlfriend, team manager for the team, my dad for watching, cheering on us, all of our partners, CSI Shocks, BK Designs, PitLogic app, Martin Farm Equipments, all the other partners as well, all the fans out there for tuning in, and you, Roger, with their Racing Network for putting this on, and also Brody for having this league up. It's a pleasure to be here as always, and can't wait to run next week.
All right, man. Well, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you.
All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. Hauser picks up the win. Bergeron was second, and Hewitt was third. Good run tonight. Once they got through a little bit of the rough spot early, things turned around. That last half of the race was fantastic. Congratulations to the top three for sure, and especially Mr. Hauser, picking up the big check and the Tim Sims prize pack. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night, 9 Eastern, right back here at Dirt Racing Network. Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw Series from the Dirt Slingers. Mike Peterson will be on the call with you. I'll be down running race control. As always, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Guys, don't forget your likes, your shares, and your follows. And until tomorrow night,